Hey everybody, it's B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a battle against Negi, and he's got a very interesting team, as you can see. Pretty original, which is of course what I love to see out of the game. So it's going to be another good match, and we're going to get into it. So I led with Roserade, and he led with Rotom Wash. So he's going to switch out right away. He doesn't want to get taken out with a grass move, so he is going to come in with Amoonguss, predicting that. And I did go for the Energy Ball, so that's not going to do too much of anything to him. And then he's going to regain some health with the Black Sludge. So this turn I'm going to go for the extra sensory for max damage, and that is going to take him down a little below half, so that was good. And he's in turn going to go for the Sludge Bomb on me, which is not going to do too much of anything. I am special defense trained with an Assault Vest, and then he's going to regain more health with the Black Sludge. So I'm going to switch out then here, actually predicting him to switch, knowing he can't take another extra sensory, so I'm going to come in with Houndoom, and he does actually switch out and come in with Dragonite. So this turn I'm going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Houndoom. And I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp to burn him, predicting the Dragon Dance, knowing I can't take him out in one shot. So he does go for the Dragon Dance, and that is going to give him an attack and speed increase, but his attack is cut because of the burn, so he's right back to where he started on that front, and then he takes some damage from the burn. So he does outspeed me then, and he goes for the Dragon Claw, which takes me down to a little more than half, and then I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse, which drops him to about a third, and then he takes more damage from the burn. So he's going to go for another Dragon Claw then, trying to take me out, but I just barely survived that with 19 health, fortunately. Go for another Dark Pulse, and that is going to be enough to take his Dragonite out and give me the lead at 6-5. So then he's going to come in with Hippowdon, and his Sandstream is going to activate to create a Sandstorm. So I'm just going to go for another Dark Pulse for damage. That's going to take him down by about half, which was good. And he's actually just going to go for the Stealth Rock to get the entry hazard set up. And then I'm going to take some damage from the Sandstorm. So he is going to switch out then. He knows he can't take another Dark Pulse, and I guess he doesn't want to lose his Hippowdon. So he's going to come in with Hitmontop and get the Intimidate to lower my attack. And I just went for another Dark Pulse. So that's not going to do too much of anything to him at all. And then I'm going to take more damage from the Sandstorm, dropping me down to 1 HP, but I do survive that. And he is also going to take damage from the Sand. So this turn, he's just going to go for the Fake Out, and that's obviously going to be more than enough to take my Houndoom out and tie the battle up at 5-5. And then he's going to take more damage from the Sand. So then I'm going to come in with a Zelf and take some damage from the rocks. And he is going to switch out then. He doesn't want to get taken out with a Psychic move. So he's going to come in with Alomomola. And I did go for the Zen Headbutt. So that's going to take him down by about a quarter, which is not too bad, I guess. And then we're both going to take some damage from the Sand. And he's going to regain some health with the Leftovers. So this turn I'm going to go for a Thunder Punch for max damage. It was going to drop him to about a quarter, which is pretty good. And then he is going to go for a Wish on me to get some health restoration for one of his Pokemon next turn. That's it for the Sandstorm, and he's going to regain some more health with the Leftovers. So this turn I'm going to switch out, basically just to get a free switch, because I'm predicting the Protect, so his Wish will go off. So I'm going to come in with Excadrill and take some damage from the rocks, and my Mold Breaker is going to come into play, and sure enough, he does go for the Protect. So then he is going to get his Wish to put him back up to almost full health, and I'm going to regain the rest of my health with the Leftovers. and he's going to regain even more health with his leftovers. So this turn, I'm just going to go for my Stealth Rock to get the entry hazard set up on him. I know this thing's attack is pretty low, so I'm not too worried about it. He's going to go for the Scald, which is going to take me down to about 2/3, so not too bad. And then I'm going to regain more health with the leftovers, and he is going to regain the rest of his health with his leftovers. So this turn I'm going to go for an Earthquake just to get damage on him, see how much it's going to do, and it's going to take him down to about 2/3, so not too bad, not as much as I was expecting though. He's going to go for another Scald, dropping me to about 1/3, and unfortunately he does get the burn on me, which is really bad obviously. So then we're both going to regain more health with the leftovers, and I'm going to take some damage from the burn. So this turn I stayed in and just went for another Earthquake. I know my Excadrill's pretty much a goner at this point, so I'm just trying to get some more damage off before he goes down. And he's just going to go for another Wish to get some health restoration next turn. And then we are both going to regain more health with the leftovers. And I'm going to take more damage from the burn. So, again, I'm just going to go for another Earthquake, just trying to get more damage on him before he takes me out, which is going to take him down to 1/4, but then he's just going to go for another Scald, and that is going to be enough to take my Excadrill out and give him the lead at 5-4. And then he's going to get his Wish to put him back up to almost full, and also regain more health with the leftovers. So then I'm going to come in with Roserade, and I'm going to take some damage from the rocks. And he's just going to go for a Protect this turn, I guess to scout me, maybe get another turn of healing with the leftovers. I just went for the Energy Ball. So then he's going to regain even more health with his leftovers. So he's going to switch out then. Probably doesn't want to risk whether he can survive an Energy Ball or not. So he's going to come in with Hippowdon, basically as fodder, I would assume. And he's going to take some damage from the rocks, and the Sandstream is going to activate to create a Sandstorm again. And I'm just going to go for the Energy Ball again, and that's going to be more than enough to finish his Hippowdon off. I got the crit, but that didn't matter. So that's going to take him out and tie the battle up at 4-4. And then I'm going to take some damage from the sand. So then he's going to come back in with Hitmontop and take some damage from the rocks. And he's going to get the Intimidate to lower my attack. So I'm going to switch out here. I don't want to take any more damage with Roserade. I know I'm going to need that for later. So I'm going to come in with Feraligatr. And I'm going to take some damage from the rocks. And he's just going to go for a Fake Out, which I kind of figured anyway, so that's not going to do too much to me. And then we are both going to take some damage from the sand. So this turn I do outspeed him, and I'm just going to go for the Waterfall for max damage. And that's actually enough to take his Hitmontop out and give me the lead at 4-3, so that was great. And then I'm going to take more damage from the sand. So then he's going to come in with Amoonguss and take some more damage from the rocks. And I do outspeed him as well, and I'm just going to go for an Ice Punch for max damage, and that's going to drop him all the way to the red, but he just barely survives with like 1 HP, goes for a Sludge Bomb, probably predicting a switch, which takes me down to about 1/4. And then we're both going to take some damage from the sand, and that is actually going to be enough to finish his Amoonguss off and give me a big lead at 4-2. So then he's going to come in with Rotom and take some damage from the rocks. And I'm just going to go for an Aqua Jet here, predicting him to just attack me and take me out, so I want to get a little more damage off. Not going to do too much, and I am going to take damage from the Life Orb. But he actually went for the Will-O-Wisp instead and missed, so I'm able to survive this turn. And that's it for the Sandstorm. But this turn he is just going to go for a Volt Switch, and that's obviously going to be more than enough to finish my Feraligatr off, and now I'm only leading 3-2. And then he gets the mandatory switch So he's going to come back in with Alomomola and take some damage from the rocks. But then also regain some health with the leftovers. So I'm going to come in with a Zelf then and take some damage from the rocks. So I'm just going to go for a Thunder Punch here for max damage, which is going to drop him to a little more than half, which was not bad. And he is actually just going to go for the Wish again to get that health restoration for one of his Pokemon next turn. And then regain more health with the leftovers. So I'm just going to go straight for another Thunder Punch, hoping to take him out. I actually get the crit, but even so, he still survives in the red just barely, and then goes for a Toxic to poison me. And then his Wish is going to put him back up to a little over half, and he's going to regain even more health with the leftovers. And I'm going to take some damage from the poison. So this turn he's going to go for a Protect just to get another turn of leftovers recovery and also stack up more poison damage on me. I just went for another Thunder Punch, trying to wear this thing down. So he's going to regain more health with the leftovers, and I'm going to take more damage from the poison. So then he's actually going to switch out, which was a bit of a surprise to me, but I guess he figured his chances of outlasting me weren't going to be that great at that rate. So he came in with Rotom instead, and he's going to take some damage with the rocks, and I just went for another Thunder Punch, which drops him to about a quarter, but he's going to get put back up to half with his Citrus Berry, and then I'm going to take even more damage from the poison. So this turn I'm going to go for a Zen Headbutt, just trying to take him out, and that actually is enough damage to finish his Rotom off and give me my big lead back at 3-1. And then I'm just barely going to survive the poison damage this turn with 16 health. So finally he's going to come back in with Alomomola and take some damage from the rocks. So I'm just going to go for Thunder Punch this turn, again, for max damage, which is going to take him to a little more than half. And again, he is going to go for the Wish to get his health restoration for next turn. Regain some more health with the leftovers. And this turn, the poison damage is going to be enough to finish my Azelf off. And now I'm only leading 2-1. So then I'm going to come back in with Roserade and take more damage from the rocks. And he is going to go for the Protect just to stall out for another turn, get his Wish off. I just went for the Energy Ball. So he is going to get his Wish to put himself back up to full health. But this turn I am going to go for the Energy Ball one more time. And luckily for me, I do get the crit. I'm not sure if I would have taken him out or not without that, but that is finally going to be enough to take his Alomomola out. And that is good game, Negi. So, thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. Also, if you're interested in battling me, leave a comment with your friend code. So, that's it, and we will see you next time.